Any masons in here? Get a mason jar. My wife's been using your jars for years. You get a mason jar, and what you do, if you want to find out about how ceilings are imposed and considerations are held on to, Zig says what you can do is you've got to learn how to train fleas. He says what you do is you put the fleas in the mason jar and you put the jar lid on. And then you become an astute observer of fleas. And you watch, and those fleas will jump, and they'll hit the top, and they'll jump, and they'll hit the top, and they'll jump, and they'll hit the top, and they'll jump, and they'll hit the top. Boy, and they'll bang their head, and they'll bang their head, and bang. And you get to watching, and pretty soon, they're jumping, but they ain't hitting the top no more. Well, they're copping. Well, I guess you know that you go out to climb the mountain or run the 4-minute mile or do whatever, and you stub your toe and you bump your head. Nah, I don't like that. Hey, well, I don't like that. Oh, no, hey, no, I don't want that. So you back off on life. And as soon as you start backing off on life, you put the ceiling in. As a matter of fact, at that point, you know, you can take the lid off the top of that jar, and those fleas will never jump out. Because they've been conditioned to go only so high. That's as high as they can go until they get rid of their considerations. You know how you train elephants? You get a bigger jar. They take those pachyderms in and they literally have at the circus training grounds huge concrete sunk into the ground, and they have pipes sunk into the concrete, and then they have chains welded to the pipes, and they put the chain around the pachyderm's leg. The pachyderm will pull and he'll pull, and hey, pal, he ain't going nowhere. And pretty soon, okay, I buy it. Hell, I can't do that. My will is succumbed. And at that point, they can take him off and put a clothesline around their leg and take him in and tap him into the ground, and the elephants don't budge. Matter of fact, in a circus fire outside of San Francisco 5 years ago, 3 elephants burned up because they couldn't pull the stake out of the ground. Actual physical death. From the ceiling. And we all know people who are actually physically dying because of a ceiling, because of a consideration, because of a viewpoint, because of a belief, and I ain't going to budge off the belief. Don't confuse me with what is. But boy, when you get somebody who says, hey, look, I know I got some ceilings. I know I'm imposing them. I know I'm just... Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And I'm willing to get off my position if I can't tenably hold my position. And then when you start letting go of your considerations and letting go of your considerations and letting go of your considerations and just looking at it and hanging out for it for what it is. Not for what you want it to be. Not that it's always sweet or always bitter, because it's both. Then all of a sudden when you take the lid off for you, you know what? Other people start taking the lid off for them. Roger Bannister removed a ceiling about running a 4-minute mile. And since Doc Bannister did it, there have been literally hundreds of people who've done it. As a matter of fact, there were 9 in the Drake relays at Wichita State did it in one race. You think we don't affect other people? Well, of course we do. I said, your shop is a manifestation of you. And when you free yourself up, they free themselves up. And when you grow, they grow. Because they can see it done. Not that they grow because you're telling them how to grow. They see it, they witness it, and people are basically great at understanding it can be done. But it can't be done if you're sticking in a lid.